Let us try to solve the exercise number 6 in the part B of PHP lab. In this particular exercise, we are supposed to create a PHP application that is used to efficiently manage and store customer information. And what they have said here is we are supposed to store the customer number, customer name, item purchased, and mobile number in the database. And they have said that following functionalities are required in the application. First of all, we are supposed to add the customer information, and they have also said that we are supposed to do the validation check for the mobile number must be 10 digits, and also customer ID, ensuring that the proper input is given. Then they have said that we must be able to delete the customer record based on the customer ID. Also, they said that we are supposed to search for a particular customer based on the customer ID. Then they said that we are supposed to sort the database based on the customer ID. Also, they have expecting us to display all the records in the database. The last one is just an instruction. That's not the functionality. So what they have said is initially the interface should show only the functional buttons. That is the add, update, edit, sort, and so on. These buttons must be shown. And when these buttons are clicked, we are supposed to show the functionalities. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do the application. I'm going to go to the NetBeans and I'm going to click on the file, and I'm going to click on the new project, and I will select the PHP as my application. And within this PHP, let me go to the next one. I will give some name, and I'm going to call this one as customer information as my application. I'm going to go next, and I'm going to just finish it off because there is nothing much to be done over here. Let's go to the XAMPP, and let's click on the administrative tool, which is there for the XAMPP. I'm going to click on the mysql admin tool because I need the database. And when you click on this, you're going to get the administrative tool. Let's go ahead and let's show the administrative tool over here. Let's create a new database by clicking on the new here. So I'm going to just click on this new, and I'm going to create the database over here. When I click on this, the MySQL is going to show you the database. You can give any name to the database. It's up to you. You can call it with any name. And I'm going to call this one as customer DB. You can, if the customer DB is already there, give some other name. So I'm going to call this one as customer DB as my database name, and I'm going to just create a customer DB. If it's already there, you will get an error message, and then just make it customer DB1, DB2, and so on and so forth. So you can just create a database, and after that, let's create the table, and I'm going to call this one as a customer table. You can give any name. So customer table as the name of a particular table, and how many fields must be there in this particular table. So let's go ahead and let's look at that one. So how many fields must be there? So they have said that the database must contain customer number, that is first one, customer name, second one, item purchase, that is the third one, and mobile number, that will be 4. And if you notice over here, by default the table number of columns in the table is 4. So I'm going to just create that one. Okay, that when the table is created, let's go ahead and let's add a few details. Now, what is the first thing that they have said is we are supposed to store the customer number. So I'm going to store this customer number as the field name. It is a lengthier one, but I'm going to just copy it. You can make it as just the number or C number. But I'm going to respect whatever they have said, and I'm going to maintain the customer number, but you must be extremely careful not to put the spaces in between. Again, putting a spaces is not a crime, but you will find it difficult if you want to retrieve that value of that particular field, and then you have to make a lot of struggle there. I will make it as varchar, okay, because it doesn't make any sense, and I'm going to put to 10 digit as the customer number. Remember, they said that it is a number, but you can take it as an integer also. If at all you want, you can take it as a integer, but did they said anything about the customer number? Okay, customer number, customer ID, ensuring the accuracy. I think customer number, because they said number, I will take it as where is it gone? I'll take it as integer. Forget about this one, integer. Let me not mention anything. It's going to take it as 11 as the character. And what is the next thing? So let's go ahead and let's do the customer name. Okay, so let me take that customer name, and oops, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to paste the second field. Again, I'm going to remove the spaces in between. So I'm going to maintain it as a single name, customer name. I will take it as varchar, and let me assume that the name cannot be more than 50 characters. This is just an assumption, so let's assume that that will be true. Let's go ahead and let's go with the next one, item purchased. Okay, let me control C it and control B. Item purchase. Again, even though I'm typing a very lengthy string here, you can just type a small name there, item, like number, name, item. You can make it as a shorter one during the examination, but because I'm not doing it for the exam, I'm going to maintain a lengthier name. And again, item number may be 100. Okay. It's a varchar, it is going to be 100, but don't worry about it. This is what happens when your Internet Explorer or your browser becomes too friendlier. Okay, it starts giving you a lot of suggestions which are absolutely not required. So that suggestion what you're getting is not because of that, it is because of the browser, that is because of the edge. Okay, so don't get confused. And then we have this mobile number. Just copy it, control C, and I'm going to just paste it over here, mobile number, and you have this one, mobile number, and this is what you get. Okay, customer number, mobile number, and I'm going to take it as varchar. Okay, maybe I will take it as an integer because it's just a number. The reason why I just remember the reason why it is an integer is they are actually checking, they are asking us to check for 10 digit. Okay, so this is what they are expecting us to do it. So I expect it to be integer, not really required, but I'm going to do it. Okay, anyhow, they said it is like that. However, one thing you will notice that I have not set anything as the primary key. That's very important thing that you must remember. You do not set the any field as the primary key. The reason why you are not supposed to do it is if you set something as the primary key, you will not be able to sort this particular table or the values within this table, because the minute you create a primary key, it will create an index for that particular primary key and it will sort it automatically, and it will not allow you to sort the table in any other form. It will sort accordingly, that is in the ascending order, and it won't change the order. So I'm not setting anything as a primary key. Is it wrong? The answer is no. Nowhere they have said that you must set something as the primary key. Okay, they have said that there must be fields like customer name, customer item, and so on and so forth. Those fields must be there. If you set as something as the primary key, when you come to the option 4 over here, where they said that sort the database based on the customer ID, it will not work. So don't set anything as the primary key. Just use the values as it is, and then save the database. So I'm going to click on save here. So I'm going to just click on this save button, and it will be all done. So before I do it, first one is integer, then we have varchar, then varchar, and then integer for the mobile number. Let me save it, and I have not set anything as the primary key. That's it. I'm done with it. Okay, so you have the database with you without anything. So you just have the table there. Let's go ahead and let's look at what they expect us to do. So let's look at the point number 6 over here. The interface. Initially, the interface should showcase only functional buttons. So initially, there must be only functional buttons in the entire table, and then you are supposed to make the appropriate changes. So I will remove this remark statement, which is not really required. Let's go ahead and let's add the title here, and I'm going to say customer information. And let's go ahead and let's do the first part over here. What is this first part that we are supposed to do is I'm going to create a form here, and I'm going to show the everything one after the other. So I'm going to just create a form. So let me go over here, and I'm going to say form. Okay. And I will say the method is post. Okay, that's the form. And if you want, you put everything in a table. I'm going to just create a table so that it looks nice. Not really required again. I will create a table with one row. That's it. And number of columns. Okay. Every column will contain a button, and that is the input. Type is submit. Type is submit. Okay. Give a appropriate name. The first one, what they have said is, let's look at what is the first thing that they have said. First one is to add customer. So I'm going to just give the value as add. Okay. Maybe I can give a title here. Okay. So I can give one title here. Okay. I will complete this part and then I will come back to that. Okay. I just put a title there, customer information, something of that type. And let me go over here and then give a name for this one, and let me say that this is add button. So that's the name. Okay. And I'm going to just put a title here, just make it beautiful, and I'm going to say h2, and I'm going to say customer information. Okay. I'll put a style here, and I'm going to say text align center. Okay. Let me just run it, and let's see how is it going to look like when you run this particular application. How is it going to look like? So this is how it's going to look like. Customer information at the top, and we have a submit button. Let's see what is the problem with this. I just gave the name there, and let me give the value as add. I just gave the name. Name is the variable name. I'm going to say add, and let me try it now. This is how it's going to look like. Add. I'm going to do copy this, Control C, the whole thing, that is the entire table, and I'm going to paste it a few times. So, and I'm going to start changing one thing at a time. So the next one is the delete. So I'm going to call this one as a delete button, DEEL, and I'm going to make this one as a delete. Okay, done. Next one is a search. I'm going to say yes. C search button, and I will type the value as a search. So done. Okay. Next one is you have sort. So I'm going to call this one as, I'm just giving the variable name. Name is nothing but the variable name. So I'm going to call this one as sort button, and this I'm going to say sort. And finally, what else you have? The next one you have is to display. I'm going to just say sort, and how come this is not coming properly? Okay, this one is search here. Okay, done. Okay, done. And the last one happens to be the display button. So I'm going to just say DISP, and value I'm going to give it as a display. So done. Let me save it and let me just refresh it. Just to see, this is how it's going to look like. So you have add, delete, search, sort, display. When you click on this add button, you are supposed to show the details for adding the customer. So this is what you are supposed to. When you click on delete, you are supposed to show the details for deleting, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and let's look at what is going to happen if somebody clicks on this add button. So when somebody clicks on this add button, what is that we are supposed to do it? So I'm going to go to my PHP part over here, and I'm going to say if is set, okay, because my method is post here. So if you notice that I have taken the method as post, so I'm going to say if which button is clicked. Suppose if this add button is clicked, so suppose somebody clicks on this add button, so that is this button. What is that we are supposed to show? We are supposed to show the details for adding the customer information. So how do you show the adding information? You have to definitely do some HTML magic. So I'm going to just close this PHP, and I'm going to put one more PHP here. Remember, so this is if with the open bracket, and this is the other part of the if with the closing bracket. In between, my HTML is going to come. So in between, I'm going to add my HTML, and I'm going to put a heading, maybe H3, and I'm going to say add new customer, okay, something like that. And then I'm going to start with the form. Okay, I'm going to say form, and I'm going to say method is post. Done. And let me do that thing, and let me show everything in a neat table. So I will start with a table, okay, and I will start with the tr for the table, and td. Within this td, I'm going to show the first one is the customer number. This is what we are supposed to insert. That is what they said. Customer number, where is it go? Okay, customer number, customer name, item purchased, and mobile number. So I'm going to put them one after the other. So this is customer number. Then in the next column, I'm going to use an input. Type is I will use it as a text because it's going to be a text. Name is I'm going to give the name as customer number, C number. I will make it as a short form. That's enough, I suppose. So I have the customer number. In the same way, I will have to take customer name, item purchase, and so on. So I'm going to just copy this 3 more times. Next one is the customer name. That is what they have said. Next one is the customer name, and I'm going to make it as a C number, from C number to C name. So this is customer name. This is the variable name. These are variable name. Next one is item purchase. So I'm going to say item purchased. Okay, and I'll just call it as an item. Okay, so the last one is the mobile number, I suppose. So I'll just make it as mobile number, and m number, maybe that. I need one more thing over here. So control C and control V. There is nothing in the first column, but in the second column, I'm going to use a submit button. Okay, name of it is I'm going to say save customer. Okay, save customer button. Let's say save customer button, and we'll use the value, okay, as save. So this is how it's going to look like. Let me just run it. I'm going to press Ctrl S to save it. I will just refresh it here. You can just click here and press enter if you don't want to submit it. So if I click on add, you must get this one, add new customer. customer number, customer name, item purchased, forget this one, item purchased, mobile number, and save. So you type everything and click on save. The things must be saved. So this is how it's going to look like. So what happens when you click on this save button? So let's look at that part. I'm going to go ahead and I will go ahead with that. Remember, I can type it here. This is the if that I've started. So if the add button is clicked, you are going to show this one. And if you press the delete button, nothing is going to come. If you click on add button, this is coming. If you click on save button now, what is that I'm supposed to do? So if you click on this add button, this much information you are supposed to show. Now, if is set, and because it is a post, I'm going to say post, and what is the name of this button? So this save button that I've just created, I gave a very lengthy name for this, save customer button. Control C from here and Control V to paste it over here. And let me open that particular thing. So if this save button is clicked, what is that you are going to do? First of all, I'm going to read all these values, customer number, customer name, item purchase, all these items. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to transfer it to the database. So let me go ahead with that. So customer number, I'm going to read it. How do I read it? So because it is a post method, I'm going to say post, and what is the variable name? So here for the customer number, I gave the variable as C number. I'm going to copy it and just paste it over here. Done. And let's go with the next one. C name is equal to again $_post, and what is the name that I have given there is C name. So this is the name that I've given it for the customer name. I'm going to just paste it over here, and then let's go over with the next one. I'm going to call it as item, and again $_post because it's a post method, and I'm going to get this particular thing, item. That is what we are going to search for. This is the item, and finally I have this mobile number, M number, again same thing, $_post, and the variable that I'm using here is the mobile number, M number. So this is what we are going to do it. Done with this reading. So whatever the customer has typed, we are going to read all of them one after the other. After reading, what is that we are supposed to do? After reading, we are supposed to check for a few things. What are the things? Proper validation check for mobile number, also for the customer ID. So let's check for the customer ID and the mobile number. So I'm going to, whatever somebody is typing it, so some people may type like this. Remember, even though you are typing some numbers here, this is considered as a text. This is not a number. The reason is what you have given here is a text box. It's a text box, so whatever you are typing is a text. So I'm going to first check within this text box what is the length of the customer number. So this customer number, whatever you are typing, what is the length of it? So somebody might have typed spaces in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these spaces. So I'm going to say a string length first of all, and I'm going to trim this because spaces may be there, and I'm going to say customer number, $customer number. So I'm removing all the spaces which may be there in the beginning and in the end. So it may be there in the beginning or end. So somebody might have put the spaces in the before and after. So I'm trimming all of them. Okay. And then I'm going to check what is the length of it. Okay. So if the length of this particular thing is greater than 0, then it's well and good. Okay. If the length of it is okay, equal to 0, that means you have not typed anything there. Okay, so if it is that is the case, then you have not typed anything there. Also, there is the other thing that the length may not be 0, but I want to check whether it is a numeric. Okay, so if it is numeric, well and good. If it is not numeric, if it is not is numeric, okay, so I'm going to just type use numeric, and I'm going to just say what is this, not mobile number, the customer number, okay, is this one. So I'm going to just use that one. Okay, so what is that I'm checking is whether this is a, what is that I'm supposed to say, whether this is a zero length string, or whether it is not a numeric. If that's the case, if it's not a numerical value, then I'm going to say that what I can say is it is not a proper number. So I can say that particular thing there. Okay, let me also check for the numeric value of this particular thing. So if it is not numeric, I'm going to give a message to the user saying that this is not a numerical number, and enter a numerical number. So let me give a message over here. So I'm going to say echo, and within the bracket, maybe you can use h4, and I'm going to just use slash h4 here, and I'm going to say please enter an integer number. So this is what I'm going to say. So let's put this one, and let me run this one. I'll just save it, and I'm going to just run this one. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to say add a number. And if I type a number like A123, and if I try to save it, I must say please enter a integer number. However, you will note one other thing over here. Suppose if I write 123.45, what will happen in this case? So if I click on this one, nothing is going to happen. That means I'm not getting an error. That means to say that it's not going to consider the integer value. So how can I check for the integer value? So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to convert the given number into integer. So I'm going to convert it into its integer form. So how to do that thing? I'm going to use the int value. This is a function. Let me put or here, and I'm going to say int value of c number. So integer value of c number. If it is not equal to this number, c number, then you must also show that message. So if you want, I can put it in the circular bracket. It's not really required, but I'm going to put it. So this is one full, I put it in the circular bracket just to say that this is one unit here. So let's try this one. So I'm going to go over here, and now if I say 123.45, and then if I say save, so I think just a minute, I think I made it as C number. This is N0. I typed O there. Okay, just 1 minute. Let me go back, and let's try one more time. So if I say 123.45 and save it, and you're going to say that please enter an integer value. However, you will notice that there is one other problem. What is this one other problem? What if I say 123.0 and then save it? You'll notice that nothing has happened. Why nothing has happened is because when you type this 123.0, integer value of it will match with the original number. So the numerical value of this will match with the that is the integer part of this will match with the 123.0. Okay, it will not consider that as an error. One other thing that I would like to bring it to your notice is what if I type 123 point nothing else. So if you look at here, there is a dot here. Okay, there is a dot. Okay, but after dot I'm not putting 0 or anything. I'm not putting anything. I just put the dot there. So that is a decimal thing, and I click on add. You notice I click on what is this, I remove this, I put a dot, and I'm going to say save, and you notice nothing has happened. It's not going to trap both of the cases. What are the two cases? There are two special cases. One is when you type 123 any number dot 0, that is a decimal point 0, and the other one is what if you just type 123 dot without anything. Okay, it will not trap it. How to trap that particular thing? We are going to use the string length of it. See, when you convert this into integer, this number is going to become 123. When you convert this into integer, this number will also become 123. However, if you try to match them, if you say whether these two are equal, the answer is they are equal. Okay, so you can't trap it. What is the other way around? Other way around is we are going to find the length of it. So what is the length of it? You notice at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length of it is 5. So that is the length, the string length of it. What is the length of this? This length is going to be 3. So their length will not match. What about the length of this? Length of this is 1, 2, 3 and 1 dot. That means altogether there are 4 characters are there. Don't take it as an integer, take them as characters. So this is 1 character, second character, third character, fourth character. How many characters are there? There will be 3 characters. So the length will vary. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to find strlen. So this should be a small case. Okay. strlen, and I'm going to find the length of the left hand side part with the string length of right hand part. So there's the other way around. So this is this statement becomes very lengthier, but I can't help you with that. So this is how it's going to go. Let me save it and let me try this one now. So I'm going to add it now, and I'm going to type this 123.0, and now I then try to save it. Then it says please enter an integer number, and now I'm going to type 123 point without anything. I then try to save it and I'm going to get this same thing. Now I've just given please enter integer number, but I have not given the whole statement over here. For what was the thing there? So we are trying to add this customer number. So integer, let me say integer, please enter integer value for customer number. Okay, so this is how it's going to go. So now let me try it one more time. So I'm going just to say 123.0, and if I try to do it, so it's going to say please enter integer value for customer number. So that I have taken care. Let's look at the second part. And what is the second part? Mobile number must be 10 digit. So let's take care of that mobile part. So suppose if the first part is okay, then let's go with the second part. Now if you have this first part, if you don't get any error in the first part is passed, then let's go to the second part. So I'm going to say else if, so else if, let's get the length of it. I'm going to just straightforward get the length of it. I'm going to say strlen, and I'm going to say that trim of the mobile number, if this length is suppose if this is equal to 10, so let's say that is what they expect us to, if this is not equal to 10, sorry, That means if it is equal to 10, well and good. If it's not equal to 10, then you have an issue with that. If that's not equal to 10, then we are going to give an error message. If it is equal to 10, there is nothing wrong in it. Or I'm going to go with all these things over here. So that is numeric and all these things, because it is one and the same. From here onwards, it's one and the same. Okay, so you have to just type it once and then it's all not sorry, this is not the closing bracket, so this is the opening bracket, and then I think I've done a lot of things over here. So let's hope I've not done any mistake with this one. Okay, so let's see whether there is you see that there is already a mistake there. So let me try one more time. I'm going to use the else part and see whether things are proper. So if this number and else, if I'm just typing it one more time, because when I typed it, I think I wrote it slightly wrong. So I'm going to say, I think I'm going to get this whole thing. Okay, from here to here, Control C and Control V. And only is the first condition, and what is this? A string length must be equal to must not be equal to 10. And if it is not equal to 10, and if it is not a numeric, and if you know very well that a digit story, if it is the case, then I'm going to give a message to the user, Control C and Control V. And what is the message? Please enter 10 digit value for mobile number. So please enter, okay, 10 digits for mobile number. So this is what I'm going to do it. Let's try this one. So we'll just press add, and let's assume this is 1 2 3 without anything. 1 2 3, this part is proper. Customer name I'm not trying now, so I'm going to just 1 2 3 as my mobile number and try to save it. You must get please enter 10 digit for this mobile number. Let me try it one more time. So I'm going to type 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. This is a 10 digit. I'm going to just save it and nothing should happen. Oh, this is one less than that. Let's try. Let me try this one. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. So this is 10, I suppose. But it is still saying that it's not the same. So let's try to do it. So let's find out what is the problem with this one. So if it is not equal to 10, and I think you will the integer value of that you cannot try this one. Okay, you will have to, this time you will have to ignore the second statement over here, because I don't think so that when you try to convert that 10 digit integer will exceed, it will far exceed the integer value. Let me try it with only these values, and you should not get anything. And I think I'm getting that error. What is the problem? String length of oh, this, sorry, the whole thing. So this is the mistake that you are getting. I thought it is because of the integer value, but it is because something else. Okay, so now I am in much bigger trouble. Let me put one more, and let me put one more. How many more you expect me to put? Okay, so let's try it one more time. I'm going to just get rid of this, and I'm going to go from here up to here, Control C, and let me put some space here and then paste it. Okay, things are proper. Sorry, this is actually the mobile number. Okay, so why you got this error is because I was checking for what was that customer number, and I'm supposed to check for this mobile number. It is mobile number, so M number is my mobile number. So, but I doubt whether it's going to take the 10-digit value. I'm not very sure about this one, but let's try it. Okay, so this is my mobile number that I'm trying to check. Let's try it, and let's click add, and this part I don't want any problem. This part let me try it, and if everything goes fine, well and good. Yeah, it is taking it. And suppose if I get one greater than that, and I must get oh, what's it? I'm not getting it's sorry, one other problem. What is the one other problem is if it is not equal to 10, sorry, this is not equal to 10, and then you get everything. So this let me try it one more time, and this part I don't want any problem with this part. And the second part, let me try it with this one and just say okay, mobile number must be 10-digit, and try it with this one, and try it with this one, and let's say mobile number is this. Okay, so this is there. Let me try some good numbers, like your Airtel numbers, 98987, okay, 445501. Okay, so something 98 should be there. No, something like mobile numbers. You see there, mobile numbers will be there. 9812345678 910. Okay, some this is like these mobile numbers. Okay, so you get it. You get that much those many things over here, and let's go ahead and these are the two conditions that they said you are supposed to check it, and if it is true, let's try to add them. So if there is no error, then we are going to go. If there is no error in the first part, there is no error in the second part, let's go ahead and let's do the next part. And how can I insert something into it? So I'm going to say query. Okay, so query is equal to, let's try and write this query. I want to insert something into my table. So how to insert it into my table? I'm going to go with the table there. And where is this table? What the table that we have just created? Where is it gone now? So let me refresh it. I think this was the table. Okay, this is the table. Customer name, customer number, and so on. Let's go ahead and let's click on this insert statement. Insert into. I don't want all these stories. This field name. Remember, when you are using this, when you don't use the field name, it must be in the same order in which you are adding it. The order must be same. If you change the order, what is the meaning of that is what is the meaning of this is see, the first one must be the same as the, okay, let me show you that thing. Let me click OK, and then let me show you this first part. First one must be the customer number, second one must be the customer name, next must be the item purchase, and next must be the mobile number. So this order has to be maintained. So let me go to the SQL here, and let me insert it. And I'm going just to keep the first one. First one is the, I will just type this one, customer name. So customer number. Second one is the customer name. I'm just for my reference I'm doing it, customer name. Third one is the item that we are supposed to purchase. So this is the item that we are supposed to purchase. So this is customer number, customer name, item purchase, and the last one is the mobile number. Okay, mobile number. So I'm going to remove this part from here. So I'm going to keep only up to here, and also I'm going to remove, let me zoom in for you, so that what I'm doing, I'm removing this backcode, which is not really required. Okay, so I'm going to keep the query very simple. Insert into customer table, direct values. Remember, if you are supplying direct value, the order must be same. First is customer number, next is customer name, next one is item, next one is the mobile number. So if you change the order, and if the data types are mismatching, then you will end up in trouble. So this you must take care. So let's go ahead and let's do the query now. And what is the first part? First part is the customer number. So I'm going to say customer number. Second one, remember, I'm not putting the backquote here because it's just a numerical value. For a string value, I'm going to say this is CNAME, and the item dollar item, and remember these are all string values. I think mobile, I have taken it. Let me show you one other thing. Now, if you look at this mobile number, let me show you the structure. Mobile is also integer. So I'm going to keep this mobile number without the quotes. So I will remove this single quotes here because it's the mobile number. So I'm going to say mobile number. So this is my query that I have written. So this is the query. And we need to execute this particular query. So let's execute this query. And if you execute this query and everything is proper, you are able to insert a record. That is a very obvious thing. However, there is one minor problem. Let me insert it and then try to show you what is going to happen. So I'm going to just first insert it, and then I'm going to tell you what is the problem, and we will try to fix the problem later. So I'm going to use this connection object. Do I have this connection? Did I use this connection object? Let me use this connection object. So let me create a connection right at the top. Can I create a connection here? So right at the beginning, let me create a connection to my database. So how do you create a connection? So very simple thing. Right at the top, I'm going to use a dollar connection. So dollar connection is equal to new mysqli. Okay. And I'm going to use this option. So what is the host name? Host name is localhost. What is the username is root. Password is not there. Okay, password is not there. Database name is you are supposed to type it. So what is the name of the database? If you go to the table over here, so the database name is customer DB. So I'm going to just select it, Control C to copy it, and Control B to paste it. That's the database name. So this is going to be my connection, and I'm going to use right at the top. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to establish a connection. So simple as that, because it's required for every action. So let's go to let's create this connection. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say if dollar connection dot I'm going to run this query, and if this query is successful, okay, I'm going to say that okay, the query is run and you are safe. You can say that record has been inserted. Okay, so something like that. Okay, you can say that. So I'm going to put the flower bracket here, and I'm going to say echo maybe within h4, because I'm using h4 here, and slash h4, and I'm going to say customer records saved. Customer records, let's keep it here, customer records saved. Okay, customer record is saved or something, anything you can say. Okay, customer details or customer let's say customer details, that will be easier. Okay, customer details saved. Okay, then our customer record, because record is something that we are using but people don't know what is it. Suppose if something really went wrong, and I'm going to say else, I'm going to say echo echo, and I'm going to say using h4 only, I'm going to say could not save customer detail. Okay, try again, something like that. Okay, so we will have to tell the user that they have to struggle. So this is what you're going to do it. Let's try, and let's me do this one and see whether I'm able to save it to the database. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on add a new customer. I'm going to say 123 is the customer name, the customer number, and Naina is the uh, customer, and she has some number. And let's say I typed it for, I don't know, for some reason. She has purchased book. Okay. Let me try to save it, and if everything goes fine, you must say that 10 digits are not there. So let me try some 10 digit. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think this is enough. 10. Save it, and customer details are saved. Let me go to the database and let's try to see whether I'm able to save the details of 9. Now I'm going to tell you what is the problem. See, the customer number is 123, and I've already told you we are not taking it, we are not considering it as primary key. So what is going to happen if I try to do the same thing 123 again with the Naina, or say Netravati, say Netravati. Okay, she has purchased a bag, and her 988. Let me just make it as 988. Okay, some number. Okay, you don't forget it. Just to save it. And what you notice that customer details are saved. Now this is a terrible thing that can happen to anyone. What is it? Two customers have the same customer number. This is not going to work. Okay, so what are you going to do in this case? What you will do? Okay, definitely you will have to delete one of them. So that is obvious thing. But you cannot allow somebody to type the same customer number. So because it's not, if it was a primary key, it would have just stopped and said that it's a duplication and I can do it and so on and so forth. But it is not a, we have not taken it as primary key. So it will allow you to repeat it. So now because it's not a primary key, before we insert a record, we have to check whether that record already exists. So how do you do that thing? So you are going to say query. Okay, so I will run a query. Okay, we are going to say select. I'm going to just type select a count of values. Okay, count. You just count how many records are there. Okay, from a customer table. Okay, from the customer table. Okay, from this customer table, where I'm going to put a condition where. Okay, what was this field? This field name is what was the field name? Let me go to the structure over here. And what is the field name? Customer number. So this customer number, Control C, I'm going to do it. Customer number. Let me put that customer number, where customer number is equal to $C number. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do it. So I'm going to run this particular query. So let's see. So select count star from the customer table where customer number is equal to customer. So that means to say that I'm before inserting. So let me go back. Before inserting a number, I just check whether that record already, this particular customer number already exists. If there is a record with that thing. If it is there, I'm going to say that see, it's already there. Don't try to insert something. So how do I do that? So I'm going to get this dollar result set is equal to, I'm going to use the connection object which I've already created, and I'm going to say query. Okay, and this query is already there. Remember, don't get confused. So this query is the name of the query that this is a string query that I have written. So this is the string query that I have written. So that is the string value. So don't get confused. Query means this is the query. Okay, so this is the one that I'm talking about. So you run it, and then now you check if, okay, you go to the result set, result set, and I'm going to fetch the column 0. So I'm going to say fetch, and I'm going to say fetch column. Okay, and I want the column 0, so that is the one. Let me put that value, column 0. Fetch the column 0th column. So if in this 0th column, if it is equal to 1, okay, so before I do it, I'm going to just show you what is that I'm trying to do. Let me get this query first, and I'm going to tell you what is it that I'm trying to do. Let me go here to my SQL, and I'm going to just paste that query that I've just typed. If the customer number is 123, remember there are two records are there. Suppose if I run it, I'm going to get the answer of this query as 2. Count star is 2. Can you see there 2? Because there are two records are there. Suppose, let me go over here again. Suppose if I say customer number is 111, which is not there, and if I click go, and what you notice is you will get a 0. Remember, if there is already one record, now in my case there are two records are there, so I can't help you. There are two records are there. Now because there are two records are there, I'm getting the count 2. But generally what will happen is, this is because I made a mistake. Just for your demonstration, I have inserted one more. Suppose if there is already a record, you will see that the count is 1. So let me delete this one. So I'm going to say delete. Okay, star from customer table. Okay, and I'm going to say, I think the star is not required. What is this star? And let me show you this browse statement over here. And there is nothing is there. So let me, I can't add it now because of this statement. Let me just remark this statement. Okay, and I'm going to just add it just for the demonstration purpose. I'm doing it. I've just remarked these statements. Okay, for the demonstration purpose, I'm doing it. And let me add this Netravati 123. I'm going to add it one more time. Okay, so I've added it. So now let me show you this time. So there is only one Netravati is there now. You see, now already one Netravati is there. Suppose if I add one more 123, then if it's that 123 customer number is already there, then I must say that it is already there. You can't add it. So if I use this statement, that is the select count of star from the customer table. If I use this statement now, let me run this query, because there is already one record is there. So with the record number 123, and if I run it, I'm going to get the count is equal to 1. So count is 1 because there is already a record for Netravati is there, record with the number 123. It's already there. So I am checking what is the value of it. Suppose if the value, when you run this query, if this value is equal to, that is 123, if this value is equal to 1, this value is equal to 1, then you say that record already exists, don't try to insert a record. So that is the idea here. So if let me remove this remark statement now, and let's go ahead with it. So if the 0th column, that is this one, if this is equal to, that is the first, remember it's going to fetch like an array. The first index is a of 0, so that is the first 0th column. If 0th column value is equal to 1, then you say that record already exists, otherwise you allow them to go ahead with it. So if it is if you say that if it's equal to 1, then you are going to say, I'm not going to type this whole thing again, I'm going to say echo control to C here, and I'm going to say customer number and $C number already exists. So I think exists. else, okay, I'm going to do the remaining part. Whatever I've done last time, I'm going to faithfully do the next part. So this is what I'm going to do. Just let me format it and just show you. This is what is the meaning. Okay. So if the count is equal to 1, so if the count is equal to 1, you say that record already exists. Otherwise, you allow them to do it. So let me save it and let me try it this time with the Netravati, or maybe I'm going to start with the Netravati, but this time I'm going to say Anita. Is one more girl who wants to say the phone number, maybe some other number. Let's say this number. I think 189 something. Okay, save it. You see that record 123, customer number 123 already exists. So you cannot save it. 124, if I say and save it. Nita, let's say she has purchased a pen. Let's say she has purchased a pen, and let's say save it. And Nita's records are saved. Let's look at that. And if you notice that Nita's record is saved. So saving part is done. Let me go ahead with the next part. So what is the next part that we are supposed to do? It saving part is done. Oh, now we are supposed to do the deleting part. Okay, so what will happen if somebody clicks on the delete? Okay, so if somebody clicks on the delete part, and so we have to do something. So let's go ahead and let's do that part. I'm going to go here, and so this is, I think, let's see where is the closing of this one. Remember how to find the closing of this one. Remember, you just see this one. See this, this if statement is there. You just select this one. Okay, can you just keep the cursor here? Can you see? I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. There is actually a blue color shade is there for that. You just scroll down and find out which is the other one that has the blue color shade. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it or not. See, can you see that there is a shade here for that? Okay, so this is easy. It's going to tell you that this is the end of it. After this, let's start this, because that's the previous one. So I'm going to say ESET $_post. Now we are doing for the deleting part. So when this delete button is clicked, what is that we are supposed to do it? So let's go, where is that delete button? At the right at the top. So this delete button that you see over here, the name of this delete button is DELBTN. So if this delete button, I'm going to just Control C here, and I'm going to just paste it here. So if this delete button is clicked, then what is that I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to do something. What is that? Let's see what they expect us to do. And delete the customer. Okay, so requesting for customer number, that is the customer ID. So the say this there's a customer number, customer ID. So let's assume that that's a typo. So we will request them for deleting the customer. So let's go ahead and let's do that a particular thing. Now I'm going to cut this PHP part, because I want a form that's going to do the needful thing for me. So I'm going to cut this one, and I'm going to keep the PHP part. So this PHP. So in between, I'm going to get, so I've cut this PHP part. This is top part. This is the bottom part. In between, I have the HTML. So let's start with the H3. And what else you can say? You can say delete customer record. You can say anything. Delete customer record. Done. And let's start with the form. So I'm going to start with the form, and let me say the method is post. That is done. And let's start with the thing. I'm going to ask the user enter what is this customer number. Okay, and enter customer number, and I'm going to use input type is text. So because I'm going to take the text value, name is C number. Okay, that's it, customer number. And then what is this? And then I'm going to use input type is submit button, because you need a submit button for submitting it. This is submit button. Name is you can say anything. Delete, del, customer record button. So I'm typing so such a lengthy thing, but you can just say del something, one variable name. Okay, so that's nothing new about it. The value is just a delete. Okay, so I've just typed a thing because during the examination, you know very well, the time is so critical that don't type such a big variable name. But I have just typed it very del, anything you can just say. I just made it as yes. Okay, so a small name is okay. Let's save it. And so when I click on this delete button, I'm going to get delete customer. And this is the text that I've typed here. So delete the customer. Then you have the text box. Then you have a text box and then a delete button. So if you say 1, 2, 3 and then you click on delete, the Netravati's record must be deleted. So this is the idea that you have. So how do you delete the Netravati's record now? So this is the if, look at here. So this is the if starting, this is the closing of the if. I'm going to start one more if statement after this, not inside this, after this. Remember, one piece, for one piece, this is one if, after this one more if. So if, now the question is, if this delete button, not this delete button, this delete button, that's why I give a very lengthy name, delete customer button and so on. This delete button, if this particular delete button is clicked with the very lengthy name, then we are supposed to delete it. So is set, so let's say $_post, because I said the method for my form is post. So if this delete button, which is this delete button, very lengthy name, the button with the very lengthy name, DLL customer record button. So this I just use Control C there for copy pasting it. If this delete button is clicked, then what are you going to do? You're going to just delete it, as simple as that. I'm not going to get any confirmation from the user. They clicked on delete, I'm going to straight away go and delete it. But before I delete it, I must get this customer number. So this customer number, I have to get it. So let me get this customer number. I'm going to say C number is equal to, so $_post from here. So this is the customer number. You can change the variable name, but that's not going to make much of a difference. So this is the customer number. That is the number that they have typed here. This number, whatever they are typing it, that number must be there. So you have this customer number. And how do you delete this one? So let's write this query. So I'm going to say query is equal to, so delete from customer. So should I type this one directly? So delete from the customer table. What was the name of that table? Customer table. Control C and Control V. Delete from customer table. Delete from customer table where, let's say, where, okay, customer number. So here you said the customer number. You have already such a query is there. Delete from here you said the customer number, where customer number. Okay, this is the very, what is this one? This is the field name, because that where is this field name? Let's go to the structure and let's show you. So that's the field name, customer. This very lengthy name that you are given, customer number. So I'm giving you that one, where customer number, this must be equal to $C number. What is this $C number? $C number is the one that you are going to type here. So this number must match with the record, whichever record you are typing, either 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, whatever it is, depending upon whom you want to delete. So that's it. So this is the query. Let's run this query, and if the query is successful, we are going to say you have deleted it. Otherwise, you say that you have not deleted it. So let's run this query. And how do you run this query? You are going to say connection, and I'm going to say query, and the query is already there. Again, don't get confused. This query is this variable name. Okay, that is this query. Delete from customer. Okay, don't get confused. Now, did we actually deleted this one or not? How do I say that whether I deleted it or not? I'm going to go to this thing over here, that is the connection over here, and I'm going to say connection, and I'm going to ask it how many records are affected. Okay, affected rows. How many rows are affected? If the affected rows is one, that means one record has to be deleted. Okay, if the affected record is one, then that means one record got deleted. If the affected records is two, means that means two records are deleted. Such a thing is not possible, because before we insert, we are checking whether the data is already there. If the customer record is already there, so we are checking whether the customer record is already there. If it is already there, we are giving a message customer already exists. So such a thing can't happen. So at maximum you are going to delete only one record, and if you successfully deleted it, you will give a beautiful message to the user saying that you actually deleted it. So let's go. You can use print also. Some people like to use a printer. So I am not the hater of print. You can always use that thing. So I'm going to say customer details, customer details of customer number. Let's see, how do you say, details of customer number $C number are deleted. Okay, so that's it. Otherwise, if it is a zero, if something else has happened, I'm going to say, remember, only two possibilities is there, because only one, even though it is not a primary key, but before we insert, we check whether there is a repetition. So at maximum, you can delete only one record. If it is not possible, then we are going to say H4, let's say. Let me put this H4 here also. H4 here also. So H4, and quickly close that H4 so that I won't end up in trouble. So H4, and I'm going to say could not, what you say, could not delete customer, what to say, customer details. Okay, so that's it. And let me put a semicolon. So let's try it, and let's see whether we are able to delete one record. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say delete, and I'm going to get rid of, let's say, Nita. 124 is her number, 124 is Nita. Let's say deleted, and what is it? Details of customer 124 are deleted. So let's go to the database, and I'm going to click on the browse again, and you must notice that 124 is gone because it got deleted. Okay, what will happen if you just say 125 and delete it? Okay, could not delete the customer details because it is not there. Yeah, it's as simple as that. You may say that why? Because it is not there. It's simple as that. You may say that no, you have to show the customer name does not exist, and so on and so forth. This is the examination. I'm doing it for the examination. So unnecessarily don't add if else condition. You will yourself get confused. This statement is valid. Okay, you could not delete the record number 125 because it didn't existed. So simple as that. You can't say that 125 didn't existed, that's why you could not delete it, or you simply say I could not delete that record. So simple as that. Okay, nobody can find fault with this statement. Let's go ahead with the search story now. What will happen if you click on this search button? So this if statement, I'm going to stop this if statement. This is my if statement. Done. Remember, you see this blue color patch. I don't know whether on your recorded video you will see that blue color patch. So you see, just keep the cursor here, you will see that blue color patch there. After that, you have one more if statement. So this is the next if statement. If is set, so which is this, because we are using the post method, so we are going to say post, and what is this name of this button? So this name of this search button. So let's go ahead and let's do that particular thing. So let me scroll up and let's see. Okay, search button, SCR button. So let's control C and control V here. So if this search button is clicked, what are you going to do? Okay, so let's look at what they asked us to do it. So when the search button is clicked, again, you have to search based on the customer ID. Again, assuming that customer ID is same as the customer number, you search for the customer number, and this is same as a delete button. You have to show the same thing. Instead of delete, you have to say search. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to copy this part. So this same story as before. I'm going to copy this part. Don't get confused. This is for the delete, but the other one is for the search. So from here to here, the delete button, when you clicked on this delete button, you are getting this part. This is the same story you get. Instead of delete, you have to say search. Instead of this delete, you have to say search. So I'm going to just copy that thing from here to here. Control C, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to paste in between. So this is not a delete customer, this is a search customer, and I'm going to say enter the customer number, C number, and you're going to say delete. This is, I'm going to say SCR search, SCR search customer button. A very lengthy one. Remember, this SCR button is already used up, so don't use the same variable, search customer button. Slightly lengthier one, I'm using it. Okay, so this button name, and you know very well, you have used many things. This variable name and this variable name cannot be same, then you will get, you will confuse everybody. So I'm using this variable name as SCR button. Okay, and I'm using this, even though it is not completed, this button I'm using SCR button, SCR customer button. Okay, let's go here, and let's type something extra here, and I'm going to say SCARCH search. Done with it. Let me control S, and let me click on this search button, and this is what it's going to do. Search customer record, enter the customer, and if when I click on this search button, something has to, magic has to happen. So let's go ahead and do that particular thing. So after this if statement, remember this is the if statement which is starting from here and it is ending at this point. Let's go ahead. After this if statement, I'm going to go over here. If is set and $_post. What is the name of this button? This is the button, that is search customer button. If this button is clicked, that means to say that if this button is clicked, what is that you are going to do? So if this button is clicked, what else you can do? You can just search for the customer. I'm going to use the same story. What is the same story? First, I'm going to get the customer number, CC number, and how can I get it? $post and this variable name. So that is this C number. In other words, I am supposed to get the customer number which you want to search, and that is this one. Whatever number you are typing here, I am supposed to search for that. Okay, so that I'm going to get it. And then what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to run a query. So what is the query? I'm going to just write that query. I don't think so I have to demonstrate that query. So select star from the customer table. Let me get that name of the customer table. This is the customer table. This, you know very well, if I make a spelling mistake, you'll have a problem, where the customer number, so this is, I'm going to just copy this one in order to avoid spelling mistake, is equal to $C number. So that's it. You got it. Run this query and get the details. So I'm going to say result set is equal to $connection. This is the connection that I have, and I'm going to say query. Again, don't get confused. One query is the function query, so don't get confused. This is the function query. This one is this actual query, that is select customer and so on and so forth. Okay, so don't get confused there. Instead of this, you can use SQL, but the reason why I'm typing query is because it will autofill that thing. Okay, now I'm going to fetch the row. So I'm going to run this query, and I'm going to say $1 row is equal to, how can I get this one? rs dot I'm going to say what I can say, fetch the associated row. You can type anything. I think fetch associated array. So you get this particular thing. Now, if the row exists, remember, if there is nothing, if you search for a customer who is a number who is which is not there in the database, then it will result in empty customer. Okay, so I'm going to say if this row exists, that means there is at least one row, and okay, number of records that you got it in this row. How do I say that thing? Okay, so the to say that I don't think instead of this I can just say size of, okay, the because it is an array, associative array, I can always get the size of this particular array. So size of this row, the associative array. Remember, I got this associative array. Hope you are familiar with the story of associative array. So if I get this size, that is the length of this particular array. If the length of this array is greater than 0, that means you are getting something is there in that particular array. So when you call this particular function, that is fetch associative, you are going to get a array. If something is there in this array, that is what I am saying. If the size of this array is greater than 0, that means at least one row is there in that array. Then you can do something about it. Okay. Otherwise, there is nothing you can do. As simple as that. Let me show the details, and I'm going to say echo, and using h3, and I'm going to say customer details. I can say slash h3. Done. And I'm going to directly show one after the other. So I'm going to say echo customer number, and I'm going to just show it as it is. Okay, I will use dot row, and where is this variable row? And because it's an associative array, I'm going to get the array here, and then I'm going to put a break here so that it's going to go to the next line. Break is used, this is the HTML break. Now what I'm supposed to fill in this place, this is an associative array, so you must be careful. Go here and get the, let's say this one, customer number. I'm going to just get the structure so that I can copy paste it from here. Customer number, so this is the field name, so I'm just copying this field name, Control C, and Control where is it gone, Control V. This is one. I'm going to copy it maybe 3 more times, and I'm going to just fill it just 3 more times. Next one is customer name, and after this you have the item purchased, and finally mobile number. Okay, mobile number. I will fill this stories now one after the other. So next one is the customer name, Control C from here, and Control V to the other side. Okay, done. The next one is item purchase, Control C from here, and go down and then double click here and paste it. Next one is mobile number, Control C from here, and double click. That's it. Done with that. What if now the next question, obvious question you're going to ask to me is, what if the record is if the size of this array is 0, or if there is no record is there? So else part for this if statement, I have to put this else part. Else I'm going to use the h3 because I need this h3 story. So I'm going to say customer details does not exist. Okay, I'm going to say it does not exist. Okay. Done with it. Let's give it a try. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say search for the customer number 123. Search it, and you get customer number is 123. Netravati is purchased bag, and her phone number. Let's search for 124, which is not there. customer detail does not exist. Done with it. Now the next question is what will happen if you click on this sort? So let's go ahead and let's take care of that. If the sort button is clicked, so what is the name of that sort button? So I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to get this SORT button. So that's the name of this button, sort button. So if you click on this sort button, what's going to happen? I'm going to scroll down. Remember, don't put one if inside the other if. So this is the if which is going to close. So from here to here, this is the if statement. After this if statement, put this one, don't put one if inside the other if. They're all separate if. So is set $_post, and what is the name of this button is sort button. What will happen if you click on this sort button? You are supposed to sort this button. How to sort the record? Now the idea is very simple. You have to you have to alter the table. That's it. Okay, you alter the table and then say order by. So simple as that. Okay, let me save it and let me add a few details. So I'm going to add 1 to 4 Nita. I'm going to add Nita. Done. And I'm going to add 1 to 5. Nobody is there. Okay. What 9? So let's say 9, and she has purchased. Let's say she has purchased a book. Save it. Okay. So let's look at the table now. You have 3 records. Did I saved 9? Okay. Oh, 9 has some problem. So this is okay. 55 is her number. Save it. Okay, customer details are saved. So let me look at the 3 records are there. Now, how do you sort this one? So this is already sorted. How to sort this record? I'm going to go to the SQL. Remember, that's the reason I have not taken this one as primary key. I'm going to go here to SQL over here, and I'm going to write this statement, and I'm going to say alter, okay, the table. What is the name of this table? The customer table. Okay, and I'm going to say order by. Okay, order by. Okay, let me zoom in for you. Order by customer name. Now that is customer number. And let me zoom out for you. And you have this descending and ascending. So I'm going to say descending, DESC, I suppose. This is DES. Okay, DESC. Correct, it is DESC. Okay. So this is the one. Okay. Okay. Order by this one, customer number descending. I'm going to just run this particular thing. Let me sort it. By the way, let me sort it by name. That will be easier. So instead of this one. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to. I think if I try to, let me just look at it. What is happening over here? Ignore all. Okay. Netravati. If I'm going to sort this using the name, so let's go ahead and let's do the other part, and I'm going to just Control B over here, sort by this in the ascending order. Okay, let's select. You don't need to select it, and you will see one error message saying that unrecognized alter operation and so on and so forth. You just ignore it, and I'm going to just say go. Here, run it. And it's going to say that return an empty set and so on and so forth. That's okay. Let's go to the browse and see what is it has done. So NA, can you see this NA? Let's see, look at this NA, NE, NET. Can you see that this is in the ascending order? Look at this one, they are not in the ascending order. Okay. Now I'm going to run this same query. I'm going to run this same query, and I'm going to use the customer number this time. Okay, I'm going to change this order by customer number, and again ascending. Okay, so let's wait. Let me run it. Let me say go. It will say that no record got affected. It's okay. Just go to the browse and you notice this time this is sorted 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and 1 to 5. But these are not sorted. This is the query that I really wanted. What is the query that I'm interested in is this one, where customer, what is this? Customer number in ascending order. So this is the query that I'm interested. I'm going to just copy this one. Alter table, customer table, order by customer number. Remember, very important thing, very critically important thing. What is that critically important thing? Is this field. Let me click OK. This field should not be primary key. If you make customer number as primary key, it will not sort it because it will maintain one index which is already sorted, and after that it won't change the ordering. Okay, so be careful with it. So let me write this query. So I have this query with me, and what is the query? Alter table, customer table, order by customer number, ascending order. So that is done. Okay, just run this query. So I'm going to say if okay, I have this connection, and I'm going to say query and this query. So you run this query, and if everything is fine, I'm going to say echo on the h4. Let me put h4. I'm going to say that table is sorted or database is sorted. So that is what they expect us to do. Database is sorted. Okay. Else, same story, could not sort the database. Same story. So could not sort the data. It's already there, the database. Okay, that's it. Done. So let's see whether we can sort it or not. Okay, I'm going to first insert a record. Let me go here, and I'm going to add a record. So customer number 101. Okay, and I'm going to call him as Sunil. Okay, he has purchased a mobile. His phone number is 123456789. Okay, that's the number. Save it. Customer record is saved. Let me go here and let's look at the Sunil. And you notice that 10, you notice here 101 is the last one. If I sort it, it must come first. 101 has to come first, and then the other numbers. So let's go ahead and let's sort it. I'm going to say just sort it, and database is sorted. It just says database is sorted. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on browse, and what you notice, Sunil 101 is coming right. Okay, this Sunil L is, you say, okay, it's okay. Sunil 101 is there, and it is done. Simple as that. Okay, so you have sorted it. The sorting part is over. Last option is the display. What do they say? Display. So sorting is over. So you have this database. So by clicking on this button, facilitate the entire database is sorted. So done. So next one is display the complete result set. So if you click on that button, you have to, if you click on display button, you have to display all the records. So let's go ahead and let's do that thing again. This is the if statement. Don't put one if inside the other if. This is one if statement. Go outside this if and then start doing it. So I'm going to say if, okay, is set $_post. What is the name of that button? So this button that you're going to click, what is the name of that button? So let's go ahead and let me scroll up and just see. So the name of that button is display button, DISP button. So control C here and control V at the bottom side. We got this button, and let me try this. we are supposed to sort it. How do you get it? I mean, we are supposed to display everything. So let's write a query. So I'm going to write a query. And what is this query? So select star from my customer table. Okay. There is no condition. We are going to select everything from the customer table, and we are going to run this particular query. So when you run this query, we are going to get the result set. So I'm going to say connection, and I'm going to say query. So you run this query, you got the result set, and you just check how many records are there. So if so dollar result set, and you're going to say how many numbers of rows were there. So if the numbers of rows are greater than 0, you are going to show the records, else you are going to give an echo statement, and you are going to say h4 within slash h4, and this put a semicolon. What you can say here is no data found. Okay, no data found. So let's say no data found. Any message you can give it. So let's look at this else part. What is that we are supposed to do it? Else we are going to show the customer details, and we are going to show it in the form of a table, I suppose. So let's go ahead and let me close this PHP here, and I'm going to start this PHP from here. Okay. So up to here you have one PHP. I'm going to just break this one. So up to here you have one PHP, and the remaining part of the PHP is here. In between you have this HTML, and I'm going to start with the HTML, and I'm going to use the H3 here for this one, and I'm going to say customer details. Customer details. Okay, let me put a table here. So let's start with the table, and with the table, and I have this tr, and the heading th. What you have in the th is the first one is the customer number. That's the first one. And what else? I'm going to just copy this a few times, Control C and Control B few times. Okay. Customer name, item purchased, item purchased, and mobile number also is there. Mobile number is there. So this is the common heading that is going to come for everyone. I think I will put the border for this table. Remember, this is not a great idea to put the border, use CSS, but for the examination just use the border, because you don't unless don't invite trouble for using this one. So after this, I think we need some PHP magic over here in order for us to look through all the records which are there in the record set. So I'm going to start with my PHP here, and I'm going to, where is the question mark on PHP here, and I'm going to just close that PHP. So this is going to be a PHP magic over here, and what we are going to do, we are going to say while. Okay, we will get one row from the result set. So this is the result set we have. We have fetched all the records in the result set. Get one record at a time. So how can I get a one record? I'll go to this result set, and I'm going to say fetch the array. I think I can say fetch array. That's enough for us. Okay, and let me use the while loop over here. Now again, I'm going to just keep this while loop. Even though this while loop is there, I'm going to close this PHP and keep this start the PHP again from here. So you notice that up to from here to here you have one PHP, and the remaining part is this is your while loop. Okay, so in between you have this HTML. I'm going to put this HTML now. And what you are going to do, we are going to start with the tr. We will take one row, okay, tr, and one column at a time, and I'm going to say td, and I'm going to use a dollar question mark. This is the short form for this thing. Okay, let's see that thing. I've extracted one row here. I've extracted one row here. From this one row, I'm going to get one thing at a time. The first one that I'm going to get is the customer number. So I think I've already done that thing. Customer number, Control C. Customer number, and I'm going to do it for the remaining fields there. So I'm going to just copy it there, customer number. Just give me a second. Second one is customer name. So I'm just pasting it from the previously done thing. Next one is the item purchase. So you have this item purchased, and the last one is the mobile number. Okay, mobile number. So that everything is done. So you are able to show everything. So let's save it and let's give it a try. Display all the records. So you got the customer detail, customer numbers, and the details. Now only thing I'm going to do is, this is not really required because you notice that the whole thing is working, but as a good person, I'm going to say the last thing that I'm going to say within this PHP is dollar connection close. Okay, not really required. Remember, even if you don't close it, PHP will close it for you, but as a good person, you just close it. So the first thing that I did, why I am doing it, first thing I did is I opened the connection. Last thing I'm doing is I close the connection. Now you may say that, what if you are not able to connect to the database? So what if you don't get connected to the database? So some of you will ask that thing. If you don't get connected to the database, you will have to repeat this practical exam again. Okay, so be extremely careful to write everything properly, and don't invite trouble of not getting connected to the database. It's as simple as that. Hope you got the answer very clearly for that question. Okay, so let's try by adding one more record. I'm going to say record number 55, and this one is going to be Anita. Okay, and she has purchased what is that? She has purchased. She can purchase what she can purchase. She can purchase a pencil. Okay, so let's say, and her mobile number is 98765432210. That's her mobile number. Save her. Okay, search for Anita, and her number is 55. So I'm able to search. Let me display the record. You notice that 55 is not sorted. Let me click on sort, and let me display it. 55 is there at the top. So that's it. And the last thing that we are going to do is we are going to get rid of Anita. So let's delete her. Okay, deleted. Display it. Anita is no longer exist in the record. I think I have done whatever they have expected with the proper message. For every transaction, I've done that thing. With that, I'm going to conclude this whole story. So thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the next session.